Hello class, this is Alexa doing the client interview recording, access ID GQ3645, and today I will be interviewing my client, Jana. Hi Jana, my name is Alexa. I am going to be your student social worker today.
Nice to meet you.
How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
Good. Okay, so before we start anything, I'm going to have you read over our confidentiality agreement. Also, I would like to know if it's okay if we can record this client interview for educational purposes.
Okay.
And we use electronic tablets here, and this is our informed consent form. By signing below, you are agreeing that you have read and understood the participant information sheet, which you are reading. Questions about your participation in this study have been answered satisfactorily, and you are aware of the potential risks, if any, and you are taking part in this research study voluntarily without coercion. Do you have any questions?
No.
All right, so according to the admissions paperwork, you're here today because you've been having some trouble with panic attacks. Could you tell me a little bit more about that?
Alright, so every time I try to drive on the expressway, I have a panic attack, and it's gotten really annoying. It's gotten so bad that I can't even drive on the expressway anymore. I had to reroute and drive on the back roads if I want to get anywhere.
Wow, that sounds like it would be really frustrating and really, really time consuming.
It is. If I have to go anywhere far, it adds at least an extra 10 minutes to my drive time, and that's at the least. Sometimes it'll take me almost a whole extra hour to get somewhere.
Right. So it sounds like the coping strategy that you've come up with is to avoid the expressway entirely and just reroute to get somewhere. How do you do that?
So what I do is I just use Google Maps to get somewhere and hit the avoid highway options.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, I don't know what I do without it.
So how long has this been going on for, would you say?
Probably about 3 years, and it's only gotten worse.
Could you explain how it's gotten worse?
Well, before, when I would drive on the expressway and have an attack, it would only last for about 20 minutes, but now they just keep going. Like before, I would just keep driving until they went away. Now they just don't. So I've completely given up driving on the expressway.
Wow, that really sucks. It's like you're not able to really fully live your life right now, and you can't even enjoy getting or going to places.
Exactly. Like my friend who moved down to Ohio, I couldn't even go see her for her birthday.
And you said this has been going on for 3 years now. Did something happen 3 years ago that started these panic attacks for you?
Yes. So about 3 years ago, I was in a car accident and I broke my leg.
Oh my gosh, that must have been really traumatic.
Yeah, it was. They had to put a metal plate in my leg, and I lost so much blood, I had to have a blood transfusion at the hospital.
Wow, that sounds like really scary. Was anybody else injured in the accident?
No, it was just me in the car. I lost control on the expressway during a blizzard.
That is a crazy story. How did they find your car in the blizzard?
I guess the accident was visible through the snow. I ended up on the shoulder, and someone called 911. Thank goodness. When I woke up in the hospital, I had no idea what happened to me until a nurse told me.
Wow, that That is a crazy story. So you have absolutely no memory of the accident or crashing at all?
No, I just remember waking up with a cast on my leg.
That must have been, like, very scary.
It was. I had no idea how I got there.
Was it a long road to recovery afterwards for you?
I was sent home after 1 week, but I did have 3 weeks of physical therapy.
That is a lot of physical therapy. More than enough for any one lifetime, right?
Yeah, I'll say.
So, like, what happened to your vehicle? Was it totaled from the accident?
It was completely totaled, yes.
Wow. And that's, yeah. That must have been really tough for you. Like, was it expensive for you to replace?
Yeah, it was my first car, so, and then finding a completely different car after that, lots of money.
Yeah, that must have really sucked.
Yeah.
I totaled my first car as well. I was driving down the back roads and it was rainy and I started hydroplaning and I lost control and I just flew off the back roads and I took out a traffic sign even, and my car, it like ended up into this weird like horseshoe shape with the airbags. They never even deployed, but I was very lucky and no broken bones like you and no extensive
Lucky you.
physical therapy. But anyways, we're being sidetracked here. So your panic attacks started then after this whole accident, right? You would say this is where it's coming from, where it's stemming from?
Yeah, even though I can't remember it.
So it sounds like you probably have a lot of repressed anxiety over the event, I would say.
Yeah, I'd say so.
So is there anything that helps you to not have panic attacks? Like, have you tried maybe listening to your favorite music in the car, chewing gum, eating snacks, or just taking breaks, going off the expressway for a while when you feel one about to come on?
Yeah, I've tried stuff like that and they really don't work.
Is there anything that has worked for you?
Like if I listen to talk radio, that kind of helps because it's really boring, and turning on the air conditioning helps too.
So a few things then. Do panic attacks or any issues with anxiety, do those type of problems run in your family at all?
Yeah, like everyone on my mom's side has them.
Okay, so this could possibly be like a genetic thing. So,
my mom also has generalized anxiety disorder, but that's really it.
okay. So it sounds like this could be like a combination of genetics and then, of course, like your really traumatic car accident. Like you might possibly have, you could have panic disorder or maybe some like a anxiety disorder in there, but that's totally okay. I work with clients who have these things all the time and they still manage to beat, their panic attacks. But they just have to work a little more at it. But you can definitely still get there, and it's great that you came in for treatment because if you don't, it's just going to get worse and worse. So it's good to start fighting back. What I'd really like to do for our next session would be to come up with more ways that you can cope with the panic that you're feeling in the car. And for right now, if you can, I would like for you to just start driving on the expressway for just little bits of time, like the most minimal amount you can. Like, when you feel the panic, like, get off. But, like, if you could keep driving just a little bit more each time, just try and push yourself. Don't feel bad if, like, one day you can't drive as far as the next, because that's totally normal. It's just, like, the exposure of doing it over and over again is going to help you. And what I would recommend is, like, if there's someone who, like a family member or a friend who you can bring along for the ride, and, like, someone who, like, gets what's going on, and somebody who can be, like, really encouraging and supportive. And of course, too, like, if you get burned out, like, they're there to be able to drive you back. So so basically, I just want you to work on, like, building up to progressively longer amounts of time on the expressway.
Okay.
What I'd also like you to do is I'd like to start a treatment plan. And I'd like you also, with this treatment plan, I'd like you to keep a log of, like, to record the date and the amount of time that you're driving on the expressway. And also, for your driving log, we'll call it your driving log, I'd like you to record any comments or reflections that you have about your driving experience. Like, I don't know, maybe find something new that helps you, or something you notice that sets you off while you're driving. But I have a treatment plan already wrote up, because I do this with a lot of my clients, this log. So we're going to access this on my tablet here. Go to my treatment plans, and I'll just have you sign that. And this I'd like you to take with you, just to fill out as you drive. Does that sound like a plan?
It does. Thank you.
Awesome. Well, it was very nice meeting you, Jana, and I look forward to meeting you next week at our next session.
Thank you.